So today I'm going to get 2 more food barrels strapped to this tree. I use a steel cable coated with nylon. Should be strong enough to keep the bear from pulling the barrels away from the tree and rolling them around. They've done that before when I didn't have them chained down. Got a little more shoveling to do. The snow is melting rapidly now. Almost every day has been up over 50 degrees. I may be able to make one more run down to the lake for water. The lake is really starting to get sloppy. There's overflow on the lake. If you get stuck in that, you could lose your snow machine or have one heck of a time trying to get it free and out of the overflow. So my brand new snow shovel I bought at the beginning of the year, it's already cracked from handle to the shovel head. And I've bent it up pretty good. Hopefully this will last a little bit of shoveling I have to do for the year. I think I'm pretty much done with it. Everything I put in these barrels is vacuum packed or in some type of bag or mason jar. Oh. You notice all the areas that have sawdust on top, that snow is not melting. Sawdust is a great insulator for snow. Ice houses, many years ago, they used to bring in the blocks of ice and then they would cover them with sawdust. Maintain the ice blocks almost all summer long in some cases. So today, saw a hawk, an owl, and an eagle. Birds are starting to move back in. You don't see many in the winter. Some gray jays, some ravens, that's about it. Maybe every once in a while an eagle, but soon the chickadees will show up. And lots of birds. That's all you hear all day long is just birds. I would get a bird feeder, but the problem with that is that would bring in the bears too. I've been trying to figure out a way to suspend it out over the cliff. I think when I build the new workshop, I'll put some kind of beam out off of the roof over the cliff you give bears an opening anywhere, and they'll figure it out sooner or later. So I don't need bears climbing up on my roof, shimmying out on the end of the beam, but I'll figure it out. So one thing you want to definitely not do in the summertime up here is leave any plastic out, like water jugs, gas cans, foam seats on the ATV and the snow machines. You gotta pick all them up, and they chew on the hand grips, so I put coffee cans on the hand grips. Take one coffee can, put it on the left side, another coffee can on the right grip, and then wire them together. It keeps the bears from chewing on those. With the snow machine, they're heated grips, so they get pretty pricey, and they're a pain to replace. So the new workshop's going to have a ramp of some sort. I haven't figured out the master plan yet, but I'll be able to take the snow machines up the ramp and store them. Probably in a fenced-in area of some sort. I haven't quite figured it out, but that's the plan right now. Some burls I've been collecting. I have a giant one that I need to get this summer. It's about 3 feet in circumference. We're gonna have to lay this out straight. It's gonna just wind itself all up like it already did. So these gate handles too, they got some bear teeth marks in them. I guess the bears come up and they chew on it. All they got to do is move over just a little bit and they're going to get zapped though. I've set up trail cameras out here on video, and I have several videos of bears coming up, sniffing on the fence, but I've never actually got it on film of them actually touching the wire with their nose, but I've never had a video of them actually getting up onto the porch. The only thing that's gotten through the electric fence is a porcupine. They get through it. I don't know how, but they do. And they'll actually touch it too. I don't know if they're quills or non-conductive or what the deal is with them. In all honesty, that's the critter I have the most problems with, really. I mean, as far as the dollar amount, they can do some damage. since I'm running a lower string this time, I gotta chisel some of this rock out of the way. This bottom wire is touching right over here. So I know what you all are saying about these boots. They're pretty snazzy looking, good looking boots. They're invaluable to have a boot that you can just step into and just shake off like that. Since I'm in and out of boots so many times a day, anything with laces or any other kind of buckle system or anything is a pain in the butt. So these boots, you can stick your foot in it and shake it off. So they're awesome. You gotta have a pair of boots that you can just step your foot into and then shake it off. About there. Gotta knock this little piece of rock out, get it away from that electric fence wire. And for that, we use the Hilti. Start about here. All right, this is gonna be the last run to the lake this year. We'll fill up 3 water jugs, get some laundry done. Still waiting on the first decent rain. We've got a couple sprinkles here and there. Snow is melting quickly. And you can see the alder trees popping up out of the snow. As the snow melts, the alders pop back up. And like this guy right here, that'll stand back up and start growing like crazy again as soon as all the snow's gone. I had big delays yesterday trying to get some work done, and so I still need to get the other side of the cabin, the water catchment system. I need to get that up. I need to do the plumbing, and I still need to wire the solar system. Number 2, I just have to wire in the inverter. That'll only take a couple minutes. I need my saw because I may have to cut some of these alders back. The outhouse is looking pretty good. Only have almost 6 feet of snow on the back side of it, and about 5 on the front, 4.5, 5. The ice on the lake is starting to rot, but it's not quite there yet. Hopefully, we'll find out here shortly. I definitely don't want to go through the ice. All right, let's go do this. So my neighbor's cabin, I've seen through binoculars a bunch of appears to be bear tracks going up and down and around, so hopefully they've left his stuff alone. I wasn't expecting to have to come back down here for water, but the rain that we were supposed to get, it didn't pan out. So you don't want to do this in the afternoon because all this gets all soft and nasty. In the morning is the best time to do it. Everything's still crusty. It got down to probably 31 last night. And if you notice, my water jugs are numbered. That's because these lids fit each water jug a little differently, so just keep them matched up. So that way the spout's lined up correctly, without being too tight or too loose. Just keeps me from fiddling with it. You can get them lined up, but I have better things to do with the 5 minutes than mess around with the lids. It's easy enough to number them. So my hole is not as deep as it used to be because the snow pack on top of the ice is shrinking. So that's why it's taking longer to fill these up. Let's talk about water jugs too. What we have here are a Reliance brand 7-gallon, and then this is a Coleman brand 5-gallon. I much prefer the 7-gallon. It has a better spout, lets water come out a lot quicker. The caps on the Colemans are real finicky. You have to get them just perfect. I also don't like the spout design. Water comes out real slow. And just about every one, this one's not, but just about every one, this ends up tearing off. The same on the Reliance, but they last much longer than these. These sometimes you'll break them in the first week of owning one. So my preference is the Reliance brand 7-gallon. It's an awesome water jug. The other thing that's nice about them is they have the real wide mouth, so you can fill them up much quicker than these little 5-gallon. But if you're worried about carrying 7 gallons, get the 5-gallon. I'll probably carry one at a time over here because I'm going to probably punch through the snow. If I carry 2 of them, I'll punch right through the snow. I don't feel like having overflow in my boots. I almost got it right here when I stepped in this. That's overflow. That's the lake ice. All right, let's get off the ice. You see I'm towing today with the Summit. This machine isn't meant to tow. But that's not too terribly much weight. So unfortunately, my 3 spruce trees down by the canoe were totally beetle killed, so I went ahead and cut them down. I'll need to find some saplings and get them planted down here. I really like to have trees around this. You can see the canoes starting to come out from underneath the snow. That's why it's so dented up, because it gets packed up underneath the snow. And I have on trail camera, we had a windstorm one time, and it actually picked the canoe up and tossed it up there into the alders, probably 200 yards away. I had 3 pictures on the trail camera of the canoe midair, just flying through the air. So had to have been 70, 80, maybe even stronger winds down here. So all these alders that you see here, they're normally above my head in the summer. This is a canopy. It's like a tunnel of alders. So they're starting to pop up. There's still 6, 7 feet of snow right here. That's getting a bit warm. So this is what I got done yesterday. I got the barrel on that stand that I made. I chiseled out some of the rocks so that it would be easier to put the dunnage underneath and get it all leveled. Worked out pretty well. I've ran 1 length of PVC pipe, and I'll get that tied into the water pump with a valve so I can shut this side on and off. The other side will also have a valve so I can shut that off when I'm drawing from this one. Because if you try to draw from an empty barrel and a full barrel, it's going to try to suck air. So I'll get a second valve put in over there. Also have it set up so I can drain it to prepare it for the winter. I'll usually come out with the air and blow air through it, make sure that it doesn't have any water in it. Because if you do leave water in any of these pipes, or even in the barrels, it's going to break your barrels. It's going to break the water pipes. Everything freezes. So I need to get going on all this today. It will not. All right. On, off. In addition, I have to put those on there. My post is going to be tall enough. I think I got some new ones though. So this block on here is going to allow me to run anything that is 24 volt if need be. And also have a negative side over here. Crimp this right there. This size cable only requires one crimp. Sometimes you have to put two in, depending on the size cable. Run the heat shrink. I'm going to heat it up until you see the glue come out. Stop there. So I got the batteries for system number 2, the redundant system. Everything's installed now. So I've got the 4 6-volt batteries wired in series. That gives me 24 volts. I have a 24-volt battery charger that I can plug into the generator. I've got the 2 solar panels up here, a combiner box with the lightning arrestor. Got the inverter. It's a 24 volts. Changes the DC voltage to AC. Have a battery switch, one off, and a fuse, T-class fuse. And it's in this pretty thick insulated box that I built. And it makes a nice seat too, to put snowshoes on in the winter and take your boots on and off. Set junk from the kitchen out here.